something else.
You can do that again, actually, Rod. Say that again. What was it?
Bevels and fucking...
Go on, point through that engine again, mate.
Cams and bevels, what you want to... Oh, you're doing the thing.
We'll
start at the bottom then. You've got the crankshaft and the lower bevels, bottom bevels, the vertical shaft via 2 Oldham couplings. Then you've the upper bevels, then you've 2 idler gears, and then you've 2 cam wheels carried on the end of the camshafts via a large support plate inside. Inside you've got cams, then you've got the pushers in bushes, then you've got the valves here, and then you've got hairpin valve springs here. And that's the whole rigmarole of this type of engine, which is a production version. Later ones had a different arrangement here. They did away with the Oldham couplings and had a spline shaft going up there. And in factory one, actually they made a desmodromic one as well, but they didn't carry on with that. And latterly, the quickest one of all is the Sid Maloney one, which had a 4-valve head, which of course made the engine into the bee's knees really, and it's still winning races in classic bike racing. And of course, this part of the system, like I explained to you before, the megaphone exhaust, which latterly MotoGP bikes have adopted, increases the intensity of the negative pressure wave up the exhaust pipe, which in turn, when it sucks through this trumpet bell mouth here, creates an immense depression inside the cylinder, which supercharges, in inverted commas, the engine. So it sucks in more than its 500 cc's of volume of air and fuel, oxygen and fuel. And of course, no black box. Instead of that, you've got a Lucas or a British Thomson Hewson magneto here. And this is the Amel carburettor with the float chamber and the float level here, which has to be in line with the top of the jet there. And of course the downdraft angle, which is relative to modern bikes, you have the same, so as the fuel and air rushes into the cylinder. And inside here we've got steel flywheels and an oil pump inside here with 3 sets of gears, 2 to evacuate the crankcase of oil, and 1 set of gears to force feed the engine with oil. The crankshaft inside through here through a jet into the crankshaft, and hence up the flywheel and to the big end, the crank pin, and the other one comes up here via this release valve here, which is a pressure valve, which this little button goes up as soon as you start the engine to tell you've got oil pressure. And if you can push it down, the engine's knackered. If it's not running at more than a tickle over, it's a little brass button, it rises as soon as you crack the engine. And then up here fires oil into the cam box here via another jet under this cap nut and into the centre of the cam box and distributes throughout the cam box. So there you go.
So at what point of the season then, Nigel, is Ty Kinton, your son, number 56, going to be running that engine?
He actually might, in fact, get, if he could buy one of these for less than a 600
If Ty had a phone call to race a James 125
never mind,
in racing, it don't matter.
If he does alright, I can give you some contacts about this. Andy Molden, the Molden man who runs in classic racing.
Yeah.